Once worth more than gold, today it's America's most destructive pest. Meet the Nutria, the misunderstood rodent that changed everything. I've seen animals humans have gotten spectacularly wrong, but the Nutria? This one truly takes the cake. Picture this: a beaver-sized rodent, orange teeth, webbed feet, and an attitude that screams, "I own this swamp." That's your Nutria, folks. Sounds like a cartoon? You're not entirely wrong. But here's where it gets interesting. These aren't your garden variety rats. Nutria facts will blow your mind. South American natives up to 20 pounds, living 8 years, reproducing faster than an ecological disaster. Scientific name, Myocastor coipus. But honestly, most folks just call them those giant swamp rats that ate Louisiana. Our story begins in the wetlands of South America. Here, Nutria are perfectly adapted to life in the wild, munching on aquatic vegetation and building burrows along riverbanks. For thousands of years, wild Nutria lived in harmony with their ecosystem. Their life cycle is remarkably efficient. They reach sexual maturity in just 4-6 months, and females can produce up to 3 litters annually, with 4-6 babies per litter. In South America, natural predators like caimans, jaguars, and large birds of prey kept this reproductive rate in check. It was nature's way of maintaining balance. The swamp life chronicles in their natural state, but then humans got involved. You know how that usually goes. In the late 1800s and early 1900s, Nutria fur became the hottest commodity on the planet. This fur was softer than mink, warmer than wool, and more waterproof than any synthetic. A quality Nutria fur coat could cost more than a house, making it a luxury garment everyone desired. Demand was so intense that entrepreneurs decided to raise them themselves. Nutria farms rapidly appeared across North America, Europe, and Asia. These weren't small operations. Many were massive commercial ventures with thousands of animals. The Nutria fur industry boomed. For a while, it seemed humanity had struck gold. Farmers made fortunes, fashion houses created stunning fur coats, and it looked like the perfect renewable resource. What could possibly go wrong? Well, it turns out a lot could go wrong. See, Nutria are escape artists. They're also incredibly adaptable. When these traits met unprepared humans, the result was what scientists call a biological invasion. The Nutria invasion didn't happen overnight, but when it did, it was widespread. Floods, hurricanes, and simple human negligence led to thousands escaping into the wild across multiple continents. Louisiana got hit particularly hard, an estimated 20 million Nutria at the peak of the invasion. The Nutria versus beaver comparison is crucial. Beavers are ecosystem engineers creating beneficial wetlands. Nutria are ecological bulldozers. They don't just eat plants, they destroy entire root systems, causing massive erosion and habitat loss. A single Nutria consumes up to 25% of its body weight daily. Multiply that by millions, and you're looking at unprecedented environmental devastation. The Nutria's journey in invaded ecosystems is behaviorally fascinating, despite environmentally catastrophic results. These incredibly social animals live in family groups, communicating through complex vocalizations from soft grunts to alarm calls sounding like a pig-duck argument. Nutria are primarily crepuscular, most active at dawn and dusk. Excellent swimmers, they stay underwater for up to 5 minutes. Their webbed hind feet making them incredibly efficient in water. Surprisingly, they're also good climbers, scaling fences and barriers that stop most rodents. Their diet is problematic. While preferring aquatic plants, they're opportunistic feeders. In invaded habitats, they consume crops, ornamentals, and even tree bark when preferred food is scarce. This dietary flexibility makes them successful invaders. So how do you fight an army of 20-pound rodents that reproduce like rabbits and eat like locusts? Nutria control methods have been a learning experience for wildlife managers globally. Louisiana alone has spent over $50 million controlling its Nutria population. They've tried everything: organized hunting, bounty systems paying hunters $6 per tail. The state even created cooking competitions and recipe books to encourage eating Nutria. Apparently they taste like a cross between rabbit and duck. Nutria control isn't just about reducing numbers. Scientists developed comprehensive strategies: habitat modification, population monitoring, and public education. Some areas found success with intensive trapping, others focused on preventing spread through early detection and rapid response. Here's where things get interesting. Despite being ecological disasters in invaded habitats, Nutria in their native range are actually quite remarkable creatures. Some have even considered them as pets, though I can't recommend that. These semi-aquatic rodents can bite through small trees. Their comical appearance and behavior often lead to jokes. They look like someone crossed a beaver with a rat and forgot the tail. Their orange, iron-rich teeth are incredibly strong, giving them a perpetually surprised expression that's become internet meme material. But there's also a serious conservation angle. In their native South American habitats, wild nutria populations are actually declining due to habitat loss and hunting pressure. It's an ironic situation. An animal simultaneously an invasive pest in some places, and a conservation concern in others. Nutria management tells a complex story. In the Chesapeake Bay, nutria were eradicated after a 15-year, $24 million effort, trapping over 14,000 animals. It was one of North America's largest successful eradication programs. But in their native range, nutria conservation presents different challenges. Climate change, agricultural expansion, and water pollution threaten the wetland ecosystems where these animals evolved. Our relationship with wildlife is rarely simple or straightforward. Nutria represent a perfect case study in unintended consequences. What began as an attempt at sustainable fur production became one of modern history's most expensive ecological disasters. Yet, in their proper habitat, these animals play important ecological roles as herbivores and prey. The Nutria story offers a masterclass in humanity's relationship with wildlife. Good intentions coupled with incomplete understanding and inadequate planning can create problems that last for generations. The nutria fur industry collapsed decades ago. Synthetic materials and shifting fashion trends made fur less desirable and escaped populations made farming unfeasible. Yet, ecological damage persists. Millions are spent annually managing nutria, repairing ecosystems, and preventing further spread, but there's hope. Successful eradication programs prove that with resources, scientific expertise, and political will, even challenging invasive species can be controlled. The key is early detection, rapid response, and long-term management. As we conclude our journey through the complex world of nutria, these animals didn't choose to become ecological disasters. We made them so through our actions and inactions. It's a human story, revealing our capacity for unintended harm and our ability to learn from mistakes. Next time you hear about a miracle species or revolutionary wildlife management, remember the nutria. Every action in the natural world has consequences, rippling through ecosystems for decades, even centuries. Remember that knowledge, dedication, and proper resource allocation can solve challenging problems. Scientists, wildlife managers, and local communities controlling nutria are writing a new chapter in conservation, acknowledging past mistakes and working toward better solutions. So here's my challenge. Like this video if you learned something new about these problematic rodents. Share your thoughts in the comments. Have you encountered nutria? What other invasive species stories would you like covered? Subscribe to Timeless Tales for more deep dives into the complex human-nature relationship. Understanding our impact on wildlife isn't just about the animals. It's about understanding ourselves and building a sustainable future for everyone. Thanks for joining this nutria adventure. Remember, every species has a story worth telling, even the ones that make us scratch our heads and wonder what we were thinking.